Hey everybody, and welcome back to Spiritual Path of the Soul. I'm Megan. I am the host of your channel. I'm the host of this video. I'm the host of many different things like Third Eye Mind podcast. But we're here now and we're discovering what is clairvoyancy today. So if you haven't already, I've got a matcha. Go grab a coffee, a tea, pause me, take a little breather, get a drink ski, and let's dive into an educated video and how to use our clairvoyancy as well. Okay, because we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to figure out how to use it and ways that you can use it and ways that it gets blocked, ways that you don't realize it's not using itself to the fullest potential. Wow. Let's get into it. Whew. Now, I'm not going off of a script. That's not what I'm doing here. I have key points behind me. But the thing is that you need to know about me if you're here. I'm a psychic medium. I just like to say I'm an intuitive channel because I've channeled many different things and I've learned many different things. I do hypnotherapy. I help with missing persons if I choose to. I have many different abilities in the healing realm. I also really like to dive into people's lives, not in a dramatic way, but I just know what's going on with people. It's not my fault. I don't know. I'm a Scorpio moon. I was born this way. But I help teach people how to dive into these abilities. It's one of my favorite things to do. I do like a 4-week program, or I just do sessions where people can come in and book with me. I love helping people. I teach them all the time. I've been doing this about 5-6 years, and one of my favorite abilities is clairvoyancy, and this is just part 1 to the series, so I'm going to upload other videos, but we're focusing on clairvoyance today. Clairvoyance is the ability to see. That's the ability to see into the spirit realm, into the astral realm, into different realms, or see a spirit, see things that are going around people. It may play out like a movie reel for some people. It might play out like pictures. You may just see an object. You might just see the whole event happening. You might see a color. Everybody is very different and everybody has very different abilities. What I was taught when I first started going to mediumship school was that we can have different psychic clairs, but my teacher told me I was just clairvoyant and clairaudient, and it really messed with me because I have all of the clairs, like most people do, and they don't even realize it. A lot of people will dive down the path of not realizing that they have clairvoyancy, but they could also be clairgustant. They could also be clairsentient. So they could feel, they could smell, they could taste, they could know, they could understand. There could be so many different things that people have and don't even realize. But you see, that's the world we live in. We don't really understand them until we use them. Yeah. So here we are. Today is September 16th, I believe, and it is 3:25 p.m. and we're ready and rolling to dive into how to learn how to use your meditation skills here with your clairvoyancy, your gift of sight, but also how ways it could be blocked, how ways I may not be able to talk much because the caffeine has runneth that cuppeth over, okay? And sometimes when I get on these rants, I don't stop talking. Plus, I'm being blinded by lights in front of me. So for me, I might go a little off topic, but just go with the flow. It's all going to be here. I'm going to try to separate it out so you're not like, oh, this bitch is crazy. Because I am. But we're going into the space where we're opening up our clairvoyance, okay? Your ability to see. And even if you are someone that knows you're clairvoyant and you can see, you can also block it off. Yeah, we do it often. So for me, how does clairvoyance works for me? Clairvoyance works for me in the way that I see like a movie. My team, which is just me, my spirit team, my energy will put in front of me like a movie of things happening. So if I'm giving someone a reading and I'm working with their loved ones will show me an image of how things happen, or they'll play it out like a video and I'm in that scene with them and I'm in their actual body and they're showing me how things work. So it's really cool, really unique, or they'll show me an image. They like to say words. Sometimes they'll just say a word and show me the word, what the word is. So it's very different for every soul. It's very different for every single soul in the sense of on this realm, in the wonderful 3D, but it's also different for people who are experiencing this from the astral plane that have passed. People who have passed away, they communicate in all sorts of ways. So that's how I'm working when I'm working with your loved ones, or even in a psychic reading. I see. I feel, I know, like I'm using all different senses. It just depends on who's in front of me that day. But a lot of times I'm seeing, can see spirit full-fledged in front of me. And I hear a lot of mediums talk about this because, you know, TikTok and all this false information out there. Listen, we all have a different journey here. Not everybody has the same one. So when you're looking at the headspace of people's opinions, if they're not educated opinions and they're pushing you further away from what you believe or your abilities, then that's not something you want to be a part of. I had to learn the hard way because I believed everything I heard. Gullible. Gullible, yep, that's me over here. So I had to learn to take that, what I heard, educate myself on it, go inwards, because all the answers are inside of you. But if you're clairvoyant, it's a lot easier for you to access those answers. It's a lot easier for you to access things that come in. So when you're clairvoyant and you're seeing, you're going to experience a whole different world. When I'm working in the psychic realm, I'm seeing the same thing. If someone's cheating on somebody, I'm going to see another woman. Sometimes they'll give me like a pineapple, and that pineapple doesn't mean anything that you might be thinking. It might have to do with like they really liked pineapples. It is very, 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 very different for every single soul. But normally I have code words as well too, or code images. So if I see like my grandmother, I'll know that like my grandmother either is coming in right based off the racing of my heart. I see you have to correlate it. So if I see my grandmother in a reading and she's not a part of this reading, why are you here? I may feel a racing in my heart that she has to deliver a message for me in this moment. Most of the times I'm seeing her because they're comparing how she was when she passed or how she was when she was alive to what I'm speaking of in the moment. So does that make sense? Maybe, maybe not. Same thing if I'm seeing like Elvis Presley. This person could have loved Elvis. They could just like a certain song. It can vary for each individual. But the whole point of this is your clairvoyancy is your ability to see. And we have a mind's eye, okay? So we have the mind's eye room. That's what I like to call it. So we're seeing here with our eyes right here. We also have a mind's eye, which is technically in this realm here, the third eye, so to speak, where we're seeing inside of our mind, inside of what's going on, beyond the veil, so to speak. A lot of people consider that there's a veil up. There's still a tiny veil up. The veil is the wall beyond worlds, but for people like myself and other clairvoyant mediums or other clairvoyant souls, we are seeing spirit nonstop. And a lot of people are too. Shadows, experiencing colors around people. The trees have auras, like, if you can see spirit, you can read auras. Did you know that? Most people don't, okay? But you can read auras if you're clairvoyant as well. You don't even have to see spirit. So the problem is with the myths of many different mindsets is people will say there's not a mind's eye room, or people will say that you can't see auras, or people will say that you can't see spirit. As someone who has seen spirit in front of me as full-fledged apparition since I was a kid, you can see anything, okay? Yeah, stop believing everything you hear. I literally had a conversation with somebody on, it was a mutual on TikTok, and that's where I really got my start. It's where I really got like, I just put myself out there, and she was telling people on there that you should have them check themselves because they could be on drugs or like things, and I'm just like, no, we don't do that. Like, what do you mean? Because I see a full apparition, and she tried to argue with me. I was like, listen, you can argue all day long, but you're literally telling people that they can't see things and they should get mental help if that's the case, but yet you're telling me opposite. This woman full on told me that I was pregnant with an alien baby. So don't listen to everything you hear, guys. I know I got a little tummy, but goddamn, I'm not judgy judgerton, but I'm just, you know, you look at the world we're living in, and there are many beliefs out there, and people will use their imagination and not realize their imagination and their clairvoyance are two different things. So we're going into that. But you have to make sure you're getting your educated self within your own mind's eye. So when you're going inwards, you're experiencing a room, and I'm going to have you do this, okay? When we do this meditation practice at the end of the video, you're going to sit here, and I'm going to have you go into a room, and you're going to get centered in that room, but it's going to be your safe room. It's going to be a place where you feel safe, where you can recharge and you can feel your energy. Your room could be outside, it could be anywhere. But this is your mind's eye. Your mind's eye is separate from your body in a sense. So what you have to do to tap into that is really awaken the senses. Awaken your intuitive clairs while awakening your energy points in your body, but also grounding. Because if you are not grounding and you open up your mind's eye, your gift of sight, you're gonna feel cuckoo batshit banana crazy. And you're gonna be like, who the hell was I a week ago? It's nuts. And it can bring you down a level, not necessarily psychosis, it can bring you down to a level where you feel crazy. And we don't want that. We want safety, ease, grace. That's key. So when we're opening up your mind's eye room today, which is, you know, you'll see when you get there, we're going to do it with ease and grace and make sure you're grounded too. Yeah, that's great. That's what we need. So your mind's eye, I'd like to just consider it's a place where you're seeing beyond the veil. So consider it that. Your clairvoyancy is going to come in many different ways. A lot of people will experience the purple colors. They'll like close their eyes. Close your eyes right now. Tell me if you're seeing colors. Some people will do it before they go to bed. They'll close their eyes and they'll experiencing the swirls of colors, the swirls of light. People think that's like normal, but even dreaming in color. Most people don't dream in color. Oh, do you know I had to ask many people. I did like kind of like a little research study, I like that, on if people dreamed in color years ago, and it turns out not many people dream in color. So when you really open this up, your dreams might get a little cuckoo because you're clairvoyant, and you can practice this to increase it, okay? So people will talk about it being blocked. They'll talk about the way that they can't see. I have aphantasia. I can't visualize. I hear it all the time, and it's 333, so you're welcome. This is your confirmation that you don't have aphantasia. You're just telling yourself that you have something because I did the same thing. I can't see that. I can't see that. Of course, I'm not going to see it if I'm telling myself that. You may have aphantasia from not being able to see, but you can work around that. There's plenty of ways to work around that. Whenever someone tells me they have something, they're limiting themselves too. And I do it all the time, I know. And every time I'm like, you're an idiot, Meg, you're limiting yourself. Do I think I'm an idiot? Not really, none of us are idiots, but in the same sense, you look at the state of mind and you see that a lot of people are limiting their beliefs and they're limiting what they think they can do because they don't believe they can do it. Because they're told they can't. We all have limiting beliefs. I can't do this, I can't do that. It's not true most of the time. So let's look at how this works. Aphantasia is your ability to not be able to see. It's like a block. So if I say to you right now, we talked about the colors swirling behind your eyes. Now, I'm gonna try a little exercise with you. If I'm telling you right now really use your imagination, use it. If I'm telling you right now, there is this beautiful, beautiful meal on the table. And we're not gonna go like crazy, but I want you to see a ham, a glazed ham. Weird, I know, it might make you hungry. A glazed ham, there's pineapples, yellow pineapple rings on the ham. Okay, can you see that? You can see that, right? You can even push it a little further and smell it. You might smell it. That's another clair, but we'll dive into that in one of the next videos. But you see that ham, okay? Now mashed potatoes are next to it. Oh shit, there's a pizza on the table now too. Oh my God, a chocolate fountain. Can you see it all? Do you see it all? Take a moment. Chocolate fountain. Oh my God, there's ice cream, maybe a pizza, a ham, mashed potatoes. It's all put in these beautiful dishes on the table. Focus on the dishes. What color is the tablecloth? Is there a tablecloth? This is how you're working with your clairvoyancy. Your imagination is your friend, but the difference between imagination and clairvoyancy is your imagination is going to kind of take a moment to stop itself, to reprogram and fix things while it's in there. So if I said to you, there's a beautiful ham on the table, and I told you there was pineapple on top of the ham, and I said pineapple rings, but you put pineapple cubes and you changed it to pineapple rings, You're using your imagination now, which is good because it helps you develop your clairvoyancy, but at the same time, your clairvoyancy is your intuition, so it's going to snap on. You're going to get the thing instantly. It's an instant read, instant read. Over time, when you're working with developing it, you can develop it on a different level with imagination. But right now, when you're in the beginning stages of it, really focusing on what's coming in intuitive wise. That's key. Not changing anything. Your imagination's beautiful, but your imagination can really change things and pivot. But it is key to developing your clairvoyance. So now that you just saw this massive meal on the table, I want you to sit there and I want you to focus on, there's a bouncy house in front of you. What color is the bouncy house? Are there kids jumping in the bouncy house? What is the setting around the bouncy house? See? Okay, so when you're visualizing those things, this is your clairvoyance turning on, okay? It's like your imagination, but it's a visualization. So now that you know that you can see these things and you're not blocked off, if you can't see these things and you are blocked off, when you think you're blocked off, you're gonna start practicing with this lovely meditation, okay? So when we're using this, and the way to practice this is to do what I just told you to do, is to start visualizing things. But at the same time, there's many other practices. When you go outside, I want you to look at the trees, look at the colors of the trees, look at the roots on the trees. I want you to visualize everything around you. Everything around you. And I don't want you to give up. I know it gets really frustrating, okay? But we sit here and we tend to give up. I also want you to try with like holding objects in your hands. Don't know what the objects are. You grab 2 random objects out of a pile of 6 objects, and 2 of those objects are in your hand. Now study what's in your hand. It's really hard for people to do that, but over time people eventually get it, but study what's in your hand. I wonder what color they are. That's another way to practice clairvoyancy. There's many different ways, but this meditation that I'm gonna have you do is going to really help you step yourself in to this next stage of life, okay? So we're at the 17-minute mark in this video. We've described clairvoyancy, how it works, ways you can practice it, ways it comes in blocked off like aphantasia, or if you're just seeing colorful blocks, like colorful blocks and colorful swirls, your clairvoyance is trying to come online. So these are ways that, you know, it blocks itself off. But we also are our biggest block. You're not always going to be clairvoyant too. Sometimes you may use your clairsentience, which is the ability to feel. So it really just depends on the person. So remember that. So we're going to go into this little meditation. So I want you to get comfy, and you can remember we're at the 17-minute and 35-second mark where we're starting this meditation. So I want you to take a deep breath in, tapping your hands on your thighs. And we're jumping right into it, guys. We're not gonna dilly-dally or wait around. We're jumping right into it, right where you are, right in this moment. That's how you keep your mind and body moving, okay? So take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Eyes closed to start, unless you're someone that meditates with them open, but I want you to close them. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And tapping your hands, stop the tapping on your thighs. Now place your hand over your third eye, which is right in between the center of your eyebrows. And I want you to start moving your body back and forth. Trust me, I know it's weird. We probably look a little silly right now, and that's okay too. Move back and forth. And now I want you to start by tapping the third eye, awakening the senses here. Tap that third eye, tap the top of your head. That's where your crown chakra lives, your upper cauldron area. Tap the top of your head and take a deep breath in while you're tapping the top of your head. You're aware that you're here right now. You're aware that you're present. This is why we're doing this. Now that you're here in this moment, I want you to visualize a beautiful purple light starting to come into play. It's coming into the field you're in. Start to visualize it. It's a beautiful purple light. Your eyes are closed. You're experiencing this purple light wash over your body. You feel it coming in and surrounding your whole entire space. And you notice that a lot of this light is attracted right in between your eyebrows and right at the top of your head. So I want you to breathe in this light through those energy points. Breathe in through your nose at the same time, breathing in and pulling it through, breathing into these energy points and releasing, exhaling any stagnant energy or limiting beliefs. It's all exiting your body. Breathing into these energy points, absorbing that purple light into these energy points, feeling it washing over your body, down your shoulders as you breathe it through and exhaling anything limiting you here. While you're here and you're just normalizing your breathing back to normal, you notice that there's a door in front of you. This door is your safe space. Look at the door. What's the door look like? What color is the door? What does the door feel like to you? Before you enter this room, I want you to tell yourself that this room is my safe space where I can ground and open up my intuitive channel. Now go ahead and walk through that door. And whatever is in this room is your space, and it may grow over time. You may be outside, you may be inside, you may be in a beautiful living room with tall ceilings. You might be outside and there might be a cave next to you. You might be anywhere. Where are you? And take a big look around, focusing on the colors. Focus on what is around you. Make a mental note of it. I'm going to give you a moment in this room to fill this room with this beautiful purple light, but also to get yourself comfortable in here before we start grounding. Now that you spent the last 30 seconds in this room, I know it feels really quick, but you can go back here at any time, just in your regular mundane life. I want you to sit here in the center of this room, the center of this area, and I want you to feel yourself rooting deep into this room, experiencing the roots from your feet, from your body, sanctioning you deep down into this room. You notice the roots are growing all over the place from your body. They could be red, green, purple. Focus on the color of the roots. We're grounding you into this energy so that when we open up your energy point in the upper cauldron area, you are not going to feel crazy bananas. All of these beautiful roots establishing their energy all around you. You're grounding into the moment. You feel it in your heart space. It feels like it's open and ready and willing and just wanting to accept what's here right now. And now that you're grounded, we're going to call in your energy, calling in your clairvoyancy, calling in your ability to see. Go ahead and tell your ability of clairvoyance to turn on. And if you need to, picture a flip of a switch or a button to turn that beautiful clairvoyance on. And as you do that, you feel this powerful purple light turn into a golden light, mixing in with the beautiful pink light, shooting out where the middle of your eyebrows are, where the top of your head space is. And it's wrapping your body and the whole entire area you are in this beautiful color. Feel it, become it, be a part of it. You are the magic in this moment. And in this energy that you just accepted and entered, you're grounded in it. So you won't feel overwhelmed. But I want you to ask your own energy to give you a sign that what you just did, you will see in the regular world, to confirm that you just turned your ability of clairvoyance on. It could be anything. A purple balloon, a gray ghost. Make it something different that you normally wouldn't see. Trust what comes to your mind first. Before we exit this room, this area, I want you to take a beautiful deep breath in through your nose and exhale any doubts through your mouth. Take another one, holding that beautiful air in your lungs and exhaling, releasing. And before you exit, right next to the door, there is something very different. And it is a notepad that's like hanging on the wall. You'll see it. And it says Clairvoyancy with the little checkbox next to it. And underneath that, it has all the other clairs. But we'll get to those when we reach that point. I want you to take the marker that's next to the notepad and check off your clairvoyance. You can exit the room. And here you are, back at square one, out of the room. You're back in your body, tapping your legs, coming back to the area around you, slowly opening your eyes, acknowledging that you're finally in your regular world, not in your mind's eye anymore. You just activated your clairvoyance while grounding in such a simple exercise. That took all of 10 minutes. If you liked what you saw here, you should come back for the next Psychic Clair. But also, if you're struggling with turning on your abilities, I have a podcast called Third Eye Mind Podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and there are many, 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 many meditations on there that can help you awaken more. If you're not already following me, go ahead. Third Eye Mind Podcast, Awoken Souls Collective, and Spiritual Path to the Soul. I'm on many different social media platforms. You can also book with me. I do readings as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And remember, come back and practice this. Come back twice a week, practice it, get yourself in a rhythm of doing it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.